What's up guys, Austin back with another rowing video. And today we're going to talk about handle height and where exactly should we pull the rowing machine handle in as we take the strokes. And you know, if you check out rowing videos of different individuals, different teams, everyone seems to row a little bit differently. But when it comes down to getting the most efficiency out of this machine, because in the end, this is just a machine that is outputting numbers based off of the resistance that you pull the handle with. And so thinking about what we do with that handle is going to be important in maximizing our own efficiency. And I went over this a little bit in one of my older videos of feeding the machine, of how we should keep the handle level, feeding into the machine as we row up. But when it comes to rowing in the handle, as far as where we should pull it in, the same logic is still there. Thinking about the mechanics of the machine itself. Any sort of vertical motion up and down with the handle does absolutely nothing to improve our rowing speed output. The machine is registering the horizontal, inward and outward force of the handle and the chain. So when we pull in with the handle, the best situation is to try to keep the handle level with the machine. Because again, any sort of upward pull or downward pull isn't going to do really anything to help with our stroke efficiency. Now, some people tend to claim that, you know, if you row in higher, that you can get a little bit more length, a little bit more out of each stroke. And I guess technically by raising up slightly, you are able to pull in maybe an inch or two more. But we want to think about how that compounds over the course of many strokes and many years of rowing. When we row in super high, you know, pulling in close to our neck or our upper chest, well, all of a sudden we start using muscles that we're really not supposed to be using with rowing. We've got a lot of upper back trap activation, shrugging our shoulders in order to bring that handle, that extra inch that we get from raising it up higher. Whereas if we keep our handle level with the machine, not only are we keeping the chain in a perfect horizontal, feeding it straight in and straight out without any loss of force in the vertical motion, but we're also able to keep our shoulders relaxed and not use our upper back, our trapped muscles, to take each stroke. Because in the end, those muscles are not as strong as our legs are. And if your shoulders and your traps start to fatigue in the middle of a rowing workout, well, that's going to make you feel more tired. That's when your form's going to get even more sloppy, and in the end, result in worse performance. So, take the guesswork out of rowing. Use the mechanics of the machine itself and keep the handle in nice and level. Now that's going to vary from person to person. Someone like me, I'm 6'8", and I have a long torso. So when I sit up tall, that handle pulling in straight in from the center of the machine, for me is going to be around the top of my stomach level. Whereas someone shorter, you know, with a smaller torso might be pulling in closer to the bottom of their chest instead. So it might vary slightly from person to person. But in the end, the goal is to keep the muscles that we don't primarily use for the rowing stroke as relaxed as we can. Don't fight for that extra inch or two by compromising your lower back by leaning back more and engaging those upper back muscles by pulling in close to your neck. And the same issues we can find when pulling into our stomach as well, or pulling in right into our groin, carrying the handle too low. By carrying the handle too low, this is not setting us up to come back up properly on the recovery. If our handle is low, again, we have to use our shoulders to lift the handle up in order to take it over our knees before we compress and take the next stroke. We're just using unnecessary muscles in order to complete the rowing stroke, which in turn, as we add that up over time, is going to result in worse performance. Take the guesswork out. Keep your handle straight in, straight out. Be as efficient as you can. You do that, that's going to lead to better rowing performance long term. So I hope that cleared up some of the confusion. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you've got more rowing video suggestions, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Give the video a like if you liked it, and I will see you guys next video.